Hold on, Caro, hold on.
Tony,
So many Shambas to shape. Welcome.
To Shamba Shape Up.
We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need.
So they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice.
While learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences
on the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Farmer,
Yes.
Where is the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Here?
Yes. Hey. If it's not there, then it is here.
Here?
Yes. Hey. And it's definitely here.
Here? You think it's here?
Yes.
Tony, let's go to the back.
I saw what you did there. Unlike this game, farming is not a game of chance. It needs proper planning. It's not abracadabra.
Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up. This week, we are in Limuru. We are revisiting a familiar face.
Remember George, a young graduate farmer getting help from his sister.
Remember his dream?
In 5 years, I see myself as one of the best producing farmer in this area.
My name is George Kairu. I'm a dairy farmer. I've been farming for 6 years. Recently, I've been focusing on crop farming so that I can feed my animals. Yes, I've been on Shamba Shape Up before. The experience was awesome. It was a starter kick. It's an encouragement to my farm. After you left, I promised that I will do some good progress. Things have changed, and I feel it's a privilege for you coming back again.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening here?
I'm feeding the cows.
Are these the same cows?
Yeah, they are the ones.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Who is who?
Where's Mrefu?
This is a mrefu.
Wow.
Tony.
This is huge. It's like a bus.
What happened?
From the topics we covered last time, they are
Yes.
very beneficial to me. Actually, I changed everything in terms of feeding, breeding, and now we are here.
This is
Carol,
amazing.
this is just amazing.
This is amazing.
Well done, George.
I'm
well
super proud
done,
of you.
George. And that deserves more.
I have plans to have at least 300 liters per day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you know what? That is possible. Okay.
So as usual, we'll pitch our tent, then we do it as we always do.
Right.
Another 5.
See you in a bit.
See ya.
All right.
All right.
Well, George has done a good job with his dairy farming. But, as usual, there's always room for improvement. When we were last here, we brought in CKL Africa to help George with his dairy farming. His cows were in a terrible state and his production was very low. Now, Karaoke is back to see what he has done, what he can still improve on, and what has changed.
One thing I would like to commend him on is that the last time we were here, he was doing an average of 5 liters per day. Now he's doing an average of 20 liters against 5 cows. That's a production of 100 liters, something to commend him for.
George was getting 5 liters from 1 cow. Now he's getting 100 liters from 5 cows.
That's a big milestone for me, the fact that it's just 1 year. I'm just on the first steps. I will do more and more. I'm aspiring to have like 300, 500 liters per day. And then I would really love to hit on the target of having the pedigrees. That's the main goal as per now.
All right.
Yes.
Initially, it was Mrefu being milked.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen Mrefu. Mrefu is also doing very well.
Nice.
And I can also see Julian here.
Then when Karaoke was around, she was a calf.
Julian was a very shaggy girl. Very
Hey,
shaggy.
and
He was
right
looking
now?
bad.
Yes.
But
How
now
shaggy
his looks
girl?
are very good, promising in calf heifer. Yeah.
Looking at my herd right now, is there any importance of getting rid of the current herd and actually buying one pedigree also?
I don't think so. What you have is a very good, promising heart, very young.
Sure.
So what you need to do is now work on breeding and breed with CRV so that you can have your replacement stock for CRV and then also work now on the general management of your herd. Wow. The bottom line is you have what you need to have. You don't have to replace. You don't have to cull.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is CRV?
CRV is a Dutch organization and brings semen from Netherlands, but in Kenya it's distributed by CKR Africa. These semen are vetted, they are tested, you are quality guaranteed. Yeah, that what we see in the picture is what you're going to come out.
All right.
Yeah.
George has dreams of reaching a production of 300 liters per day, but
Yeah, I said that there are 2 cows like Mrefu that are becoming difficult breeders.
what does that mean?
It's a cow that you serve severally without conceiving. Like now, the simple case of Mrefu is fatty, is beefy. That one cannot conceive.
In simple terms, you're saying that how we feed our cows, how we take care of them, how we manage them is going to determine the kind of breeder we get.
Yes, and also the production. Out of the production you get, it's 40% genetics and 60% management. So you might have good breed, but you mismanage on feeding. So both must be considered.
They're in the same WhatsApp group.
They're in the same WhatsApp group, you can put it.
Good.
And he has a target of getting the whole herd as a pedigree.
When you say pedigree, in simple terms, what does it mean?
Pedigree is the 4th generation in breeding, where comes now you have the pure breed, pure Frisian. Yeah,
And how can he do that?
it's very simple. Just plan ahead, breed with CRV, and get a particular bull that you want, a particular trait to be rectified.
To get to a pedigree, breed the first cow with CRV, then that daughter with CRV, continuing like that until the 4th daughter. This will take about 8 years.
Like when we were looking at the proper bull selection for this one, we looked at the udder and the feet and legs. And that's why you can see the feet and legs for this daughter of Mrefu are way better than the mother.
True.
When we are starting to breed this one, we are now going not to concentrate much on feet and legs, but we are going to do on dairy strength.
When you talk about dairy strength, what do you mean?
When you talk of dairy strength, the positioning of the hip and pin bones, the space between the front legs, and actually the straightness of the linear backline.
Was that clear? Let's simplify it. Last time, Karaoke recommended breeding Mrefu to improve on feet and legs as a start, giving birth to Stacy. This time, he would like to improve on the straightness of the back, position of the hip, and pin bones and the space between the front legs. All this to help improve on milk production. And something that you also must know that sometimes it's not just important to have a lot of milk that is not of quality.
Yeah.
Yeah?
When you're talking of production, you're not looking again the amount of kgs in milk. You also look at the content, the percentage fat, the percentage protein. And that you only get it when you breed with CRV.
So, Mr. Karaoke,
Yes.
when he gets to pedigree, what is his estimated potential of getting milk?
He has proved that he can work for it, because you have to work for it.
Yes.
And coming from a herd average of 5 to 20, you are halfway what CRV can give you. The herd average for CRV breed is 40 liters per cow per day. Yeah. So with 5 cows times 40 liters, you're supposed to have 200 liters.
Wow, this is amazing.
There are 2 or 3 areas I'd like him to check on. One, the positioning of the water troughs, the size of the water troughs, and how to clean the water troughs.
George's cows are getting rained on, but not to worry. With the experts' advice, we get moving, making George an even better dairy farmer.
Even when growing maize as a fodder for your cows, you still need good agricultural practice to get the most out of it. Pests can greatly decrease the harvest a farmer gets from his fodder crop. To help with George's maize, we have Duncan from Syngenta. Let's see how he can help George get the best fodder for his cows.
Some of the challenges that I'm facing on my maize crops is that they are being attacked by fall armyworm. The maize actually turns yellow at some point.
What have you done about it?
Just cutting the maize Yes, just disposing it.
George, how do you get your seeds?
I normally buy them in an agrovet. Most agrovets in our area, they sell 613,
613 series.
Series, yes.
And George, I think where you are located
is into highlands.
Highlands. So the 6Ls will perform better in these areas.
You choose a variety that suits your zone.
Exactly. With that now, we come into the good agricultural practices, and especially when he is growing maize. One, he needs to prepare his land where he is able to earn manure, fertilizer, but this will be informed by the soil analysis that you have done to the soil.
A soil test.
A soil test. Very important.
George, do you measure your spacing?
We don't space it accordingly, so we just do it.
The recommended spacing for maize, whether you are doing for fodder or for consumption, is 75 centimeters by 30 centimeters. And in this case, he'll be doing 1 seeds per hole.
When you look around, how many seeds are you seeing in George's Shamba?
So you can see around 3, 4, which is not the best way to go about in terms.
3 or 4.
Yes,
George,
yes.
Why 3 or 4 seeds in a hole?
We need bulk and actually to produce more.
You need a lot.
A lot, yes.
So the more the seeds,
the more
more you'll harvest.
Yes, yes.
To avoid competition for sunlight and nutrients, it is recommended to plant certified seeds, 1 seed of maize per hole, as these are assured to germinate.
A crop which is well spaced will have more leaves, more stem, it will grow tall, and it will be uniform. So at the end of the day, what George is looking for, whether it's fodder, he'll get that mass of the fodder that he's looking at.
Good quality.
Good quality.
George's last crop did not do well. It was attacked by fall armyworm and also was turning yellow and drying up.
In this case, when the maize is turning yellow, also some colors like even purple, it will tell you it's about nutrition. The reason why we said soil testing is crucial, yes. That will inform him what kind of fertilizer that he need. And also there was high infestation of fall armyworm. It's a caterpillar that attack maize, even at very early stages. And looking at what I'm holding, these are some of the marks after the destruction of fall armyworm. You can see small holes along the leaves.
Is it too late to salvage? What is there?
Actually, at this point, he is late with his crop, but the crop we are standing and looking at, this one we can salvage and we can maintain this crop.
If George doesn't take action right now on his maize, what will be the results?
In the next 2 weeks, if George doesn't do anything in terms of remedy of fall armyworm, he will lose entire crop. No fodder, no maize. So basically, he will just dump or even burn the entire crop. So it's that serious. So the first product that we have from Syngenta, it's called Mulch. So Mulch is an insecticide. We apply Mulch at 25 mils in 20 liters of water.
When do you do this?
2 weeks after germination. You need to come early so that we protect this crop as early as possible. And then after 2 weeks after the first spray of Mulch, you alternate the product so that the pest does not resist that molecule with another product called Volume Talgo. Volume Talgo we apply at 20 mils in 20 liters of water. And with the so doing, you are good to go. You'll harvest your crop and you'll get the fodder for your livestock.
2 weeks after germination, the first spray.
Yes.
Then 2 weeks later, the second spray.
Exactly.
Okay.
When spraying for fall armyworm, remember, wear protective clothing. Spray in the morning or in the evening when the sun is not too hot and on a dry day without rain.
Spray from the top, facing down into the center of the growing maize plant, as that is where the fall armyworms attacks.
Coming up after the break, we visit a farm practicing minimum tillage to grow maize fodder, and George gets a helper for his meals.
Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up.
As the fodder gets improved, Kamau is busy ensuring the cow shed is shaped up.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape Up farming news for Kenya. In the coming week, we expect quite a lot of rains across some parts of the country. North, Upper and Lower Eastern will see low daily rains in the coming week. This spans across Mandera, Garissa, Isiolo and Meru, Tharaka to Kitui, Makueni and Kajiado. Total rains across the week will be between 25 to 50 millimeters in most of these areas, with an exception of Meru and Tharaka, which will see a lot of rains ranging from 50 all the way to 150 millimeters. The coastal region, including Lamu, Taita Taveta, Kilifi and Mombasa, will get very low daily rains, with only some parts of Tana River and Kwale seeing moderate levels of daily rains. These regions will get up to 50 millimeters of rains across the week. Central Kenya, including Laikipia, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Murang'a and Kirinyaga, as well as Nairobi and Kiambu counties, will receive little to moderate daily rains. Total rains in these regions will be between 5 to 75 millimeters. The North, Central and South Rift Valley are expected to get moderate to high levels of daily rains. This includes counties such as Turkana, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Samburu, Kericho, Nakuru and Narok, with total rains of 25 and 75 millimeters. The Western region, including Busia, Bungoma, Kakamega and Vihiga counties, will get moderate to high levels of rains in the week. Rains here will be between 50 to 150 millimeters across the week. The Nyanza region will see low to moderate daily rains. This includes Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Nyamira, Kisii and Migori counties. The total rains will be between 25 to 75 millimeters, with Kisii expecting very high rains of up to 150 millimeters. Farmer, check your farm to see all seeds planted have germinated and replace where they did not. Do this within the first 2 weeks after planting. Regularly, check your crops for pests such as armyworms and control them as soon as you see them. If your maize is at knee-high, top dress with nitrogenous fertilizers such as CAN and urea. This is the best time to plant fodder such as Napier, Caliandra and Lucerne for your livestock. For more detailed forecast for your area, get in touch with Shamba on 0711 082 606. I am Brenda. See you next week on the Shamba Shape-Up Farming News for Kenya.
With farms getting smaller, farmers have to lease land and make the most of it. And it begins with tilling.
I usually grow my maize using just the manual way. I prepare the holes, put the fertilizer. I plant just manually, yeah? So that's all I do.
George really needs to increase his fodder production as he builds up on his dairy cows. So I decided to take George out of his farm and help him dream even bigger as he learns. We are at Molito Farm, a very successful and inspiring farm that produces quality milk. Kenneth from Hello Tractor is here to help us discover an amazing way of planting maize. You employ people to come and dig?
Sure.
And then they just plant randomly. Currently, how many acres are on maize?
I'm doing 3.4.
3.4 acres on maize.
Yes.
When you use manual labor, the chances of either doing more than it's necessary or even under planting less seed than is required per acre, then you're going to have a lot of challenges both ways. Hello Tractor will help you request for services wherever you are, and you get the right implement, the right tractor to help you grow fodder as and when you need it.
And before we go on, you said Hello Tractor.
Right.
Who are you?
We have an app on our phone that you download.
Okay.
When you need to do your farm, you request for services using that app.
Was that clear? Let's simplify it. Once you download the app, you register your name, number and location. Request a tractor as per your location. You will then be called by Hello Tractor staff. What are these questions they ask?
They basically ask what he's growing. Sure. Although those questions are also on the app, but it's good to confirm that this farmer requires this type of implement for the work that they want to do.
Good. So, Ken, what do you have for us today?
Today, Caro, we have a specialized equipment. It rips. 2, it plants. 3, it puts the fertilizer that is required. And 4, it covers.
Ooh.
It's going to be cheap, even for you, George, as a farmer.
We better see that.
I bet.
Molito Farm practices conservation agriculture and uses a 4-in-1 ripper to grow their maize for silage. Samson, the farm manager, is more than happy to show us how it works. And so the tractor got to work, ripping, applying fertilizer, planting and compacting the soil.
This planter is able to plant according to the calibrations that we've made. At the moment, it can drop 50 kilos of fertilizer per acre.
Okay.
This wheel cuts anything that's along the way.
Okay.
Then we have a reaper here, which is supposed to dig the trench for the seed. Behind the reaper, there is a pipe that drops the fertilizer. We have a seed selector here, which is able to select a single seed and drop. Then this one is covered a little bit with this wheel to make sure that the fertilizer is 5 centimeters below the seed, because we want the seed to germinate and then get to the fertilizer. Okay. So from there, we have the 2 wheels that brings back the soil, and this one covers, like the way you plant manual.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the purpose.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would really have to know how this is better than the normal planting, yeah? You know how we do it using djembe?
Yeah.
Yes.
The machine is quite efficient. It's very fast. You can cover a big area within a very short time. Secondly, there is a good percentage of germination, meaning this one translates to the yield per acre.
Reaping does not disturb the soil and helps trap and retain moisture.
For our case, since I'm a dairy farmer, targeting the right stage of harvest in terms of starch level. And then at the same time, I'm looking at the weight, the biomass. Because remember, you've not disturbed the soil. And in this way, you get a very healthy crop. And in case of a drought, with the CA, you're able to have the crop still growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
With this type of technology available to farmers, not only will you save time and money, but protect your soils as well. As the visit ended, George was still admiring the dairy cows, inspired to get better.
Molito farm is a farm that I can aspire to have. I would really have to have mine like that. And Shamba Shepherd, I would like to thank you for taking me there.
Back on the Shamba, the cows are getting a better roof over their heads. No more getting rained on. Now, being a young, hard-working farmer doesn't mean you can't have a well-cooked hot meal. George, what are you preparing?
I'm preparing tea.
Tea with what?
Tea and bread.
Is that all you're going to have?
I just want to have that because of time.
Time?
Yes.
Well, you're in luck because I'm going to cook for you.
Really?
What would you like me to prepare for you?
Mokimo.
I don't know how to make mokimo.
Beef.
Not very good with beef.
Stew, some kind of stew and rice.
Stew and rice. Just wait.
What do you know?
George definitely needs help with his meals. Not only in preparation, but also in saving time, energy, and money. Danson from Mex is here to show him that being a bachelor shouldn't mean staying hungry.
This is George, our farmer here. I've been trying to cook for him. My cooking is good, isn't it, George? Am I a good cook?
I'm not sure, but
I can't convince him. Convince him. Now, can you convince George to cook for himself?
This is called an electric pressure cooker. You can prepare any type of meal on this. Like if you want to prepare githeri, you want to prepare njahi, you want to prepare ugali. I was told you really love ugali. And I found out that the EPC is the best one to prepare that. Why? Because it has an unsticky pan. You can prepare ugali, pour it down on a sahani, and then remain with the pot as clean as it was. Then you can prepare veggies. Then you can pour it down and prepare another meal.
You don't have to wash it?
No need. No need. It comes out
non-stick.
It's non-stick.
I saw you struggling to wash a sufuria, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a big struggle.
For this gadget to be efficient, such a gadget must be of good quality. This also will apply also for the house electrification, where you are going to hook this appliance to. It needs better wiring.
What if someone's house is not properly wired? What happens?
it will affect the efficiency of such a gadget. So the quality of the socket, the quality of the wiring, all of them, they are factors that really contribute to the efficiency.
Okay.
I've also seen in some places where people just loop whatever has been used for lighting. For instance, lighting uses very, very light kind of cabling. If you use that one for such, you might not get the efficiency that such nice gadgets produce.
Before we got cooking, we brought in Elvis Mwale, an electrical technician, to have a look at George's wiring. What he found wasn't good. George's house had a broken earth connection. Every house should have a good earth connection. The earth wire redirects electric current into the ground and away from appliances in case of any incident, protecting your appliances and yourself. With that fixed and everything else checked and found to be okay, we got cooking.
I want to explain to you how to make nice ugali. Put your water and then sprinkle some flour, not much. This is just to regulate the temperature on top so that there is uniformity when the water is boiling. Then you press a button here denoted ugali. It will make the water boil for about 3 minutes or so. You start putting in the flour at intervals. You don't just pour it at once. Make sure that you stir it completely so that you don't have lumps in it. Then you can put this one on top, the cover, to leave it to simmer so that it doesn't come out very dry. It's just professional.
How many minutes?
At most, you're not supposed to take more than 7 minutes.
Ugali done! We rinsed the pot, fried some onions, put in the vegetables, quickly steamed them, and we were ready to eat.
Delicious, isn't it, George?
Yeah, sure.
So what do you think about your cooking companion?
She's perfect.
She? Danson?
Yes, sir.
There's some more ugali here to go with your ugali.
Perfect. Maybe I wanted George to confirm how many cows is he giving me in form of dowry because I brought a good companion.
Oh, you're naughty, aren't you?
They say every good turn deserves another. And that is what George got.
We fixed the cow shed roof so no more cows getting rained on. The feed troughs are in a better shape and the cows now have proper water troughs. With an improved farm, he's now on his way to becoming an even better dairy farmer.
It's a good job. It's an excellent one. And I feel there will be more production. Can I give myself a minimum of 300 liters?
That's a minimum.
Yes.
Minimum of 300?
Yes, I can.
It's a bet.
It's a bet.
Yeah, let's shake on it.
The future is the youth. Tony, it's time for us to go.
So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Keep it Shamba shape up.
Keep milking the cows.
Thank you.